Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's late and dark, so I just did a screen record video. Alright, so I want to talk about something that I never talked about my ex-wives. Uh, my first ex-wife, Jenny Rose Pana, in the Philippines. She's a Filipina mixed with Chinese and Japanese, whatever the case. When I already told the story about how I met her, how I didn't want to be with her. I turned down the family 8 times before I finally was like, all right, I'll give her one fair chance, and just gave in to her. I meant well by her, helped her family. Now, the thing was, I only knew her family because the rabbi, because Rabbim are teachers of holy things. They're teachers of the way of God, how to have holy and pious and good character and things like that. So it would behoove you to trust the rabbi before you trust anybody else. And so, I just trusted the rabbi blindly because the organization he was a part of was, under a Cohen. And yes, I know people can still have character issues, but I'm not thinking, if you're a rabbi, you're just full out evil and stuff like that. Otherwise, why would you have holy words in your hand that teaches morality and things like that? So I went in just trusting him, and so I always went wherever he went and things like that. He would invite me to different places, and I would go with him when I was in the Philippines. And the one family, they wanted me to marry their daughter, and I just kept saying no. And I even got his advice. He said, "Yeah, it's good to marry her and things like that because you know the Torah, thou shalt not lie, and you're a teacher of that. So that would be stupid to you know, be a liar teaching to people don't be a liar and things like that. That's an instant curse. God is basically it's gonna start getting supernatural with you. Like the air that you breathe is gonna start, being snatched from you and shit like that. You thought you was on some black magic shit. What's gonna happen is you gonna start seeing more magical shit than you ever seen before and shit. And that's not what you want for your life and shit. So you don't want to lie on the creator, who teaches morality, things like that. So, but that's for the energy. But also, it's true. You don't want to just fuck with people that don't fuck with people, because when people that have good hearts and purity in their heart, they feed you, they keep you going. So when you chop down people that have good hearts and kindness and things like that, you chop down your own peace and rest. So that's the black people and shit, as to say, demon ass people and shit. You don't want to do that. Yeah, you can be irritated with the effects of life, but life itself in itself feeds you. Yeah, it can get cutty at times because you can take it too far, so it can cut you, and then you get irritated and you start wanting to attack and shit. But it can feed you. It feeds you and it can kill you at the same time. That's what Robert Downey Jr. was trying to tell you with the Iron Man suit. Life can feed you and it can kill you as well. It's use the same life source that we feeding from to go to war with. You just have to. It's a switch thing. You just gotta flip the switch type of thing, and then feeding you turns into killing you and shit. And that's what black people be afraid of. Those little monsters that you see on Hellbound and shit. Netflix Hellbound. It's a lot of people that look like that. Big back. They call them big backs and stuff. Different names they give them. But we feed them. So it's stupid as shit. The enmity relationship that we have with black or deaf people is it looks like love. It 100% look like love. 100%. You would really believe it's love, like they love us and shit, because life don't play games, so we wouldn't play with them like that. But if we're in feed mode, it will look like that person is in love with me and want to be with me forever, da 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 da. But really, they need to eat from my life source, so they'll do whatever, say whatever, be whatever, all that stuff just to get the life and shit. Be kind and friendly and all kind of stuff. But as soon as that life force turn into cutty, energy and shit like that, they're still evil and death and shit like that. So it'll cut them and they'll start attacking the same life that they, like biting the hand that feeds you type shit. All right, so that's the issue with trying to be sure that you married the right person or you're talking to the right person, because you could think somebody mean well. You can think somebody is with the Most High or have a holy character, until things start getting real trial and error, and then they'll turn on you and stuff like that. So it can be hard and difficult. Also, people just turn on you and stuff. They start off good, then they turn, things like that. So divorces and bull crap like that. So my first wife, she, we was, I said in a comment that she said my dick was small. Now, well, I didn't say it like that, but she did say it like that, but I didn't say it in a comment like that. No, it was just one random day we chilling. We have our small little baha'i. We in our baha'i, chilling or whatever. Now, mind you, like all that I did for my wife, I told her stories 1,000 times. Always taking her out, buying her clothes, doing this for her, that for her, all this stuff I'm doing for her because we love each other. We're married. We got marriage vows and stuff like that. You don't play like that. If we're enemies, you don't play like that. Have marriage vows in the name of the true creator. You don't do that. You got to be the dumbest person in the world, meaning you got to be extremely ignorant to do that. Otherwise you would not do that. You would just be the enemy and be like, nah, that's good. I don't want to be in a relationship right now because when that shit get cutty, you can die instantly on the spot by God, by the creator. But younger people now, they're dumb as shit. So they just be doing shit without knowledge and they'll cross the line and shit. If they're on evil side and shit, they'll still cross that line and erase themselves on some dumb shit. But the older people from evil side are more educated and have a more moral background to be like, nah, don't take it that far and shit because I know I can get erased. Shit like that. So, yeah, I got fucked up. So whatever the case, we're chilling one day. We go to the spot to wash her father's house. Out back, he has like, a pipe, a PVC pipe that goes from like the river down to his house. And the waters come out from it and stuff. And we wash right there. And we go into the bathroom to use the bathroom because we was using his bathroom until we got a bucket and was like just using a bucket, But we went to the bathroom and I would always go in the bathroom with her because I got to use the bathroom and then she'll use the bathroom after me and shit like that. Or however, like if she got to take a shit or whatever the case, we be in there together or whatever, talking. You know how it be. So, she just randomly said it. I'm just standing there, we talking and stuff. And she randomly said it. She was like, my tie is bigger than your dick. Or she said, my tie is bigger than your tet. Like, why you say that and shit? Like, the shit that come out your asshole is bigger than my dick and shit. Like, why you say that? Like, that was a low blow and shit. Like, fuck me up. And then act like she ain't say that shit. Just kept it put, like, like, what the fuck? That blew me and shit. Like, made me want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Leave her and shit. Just said that shit to me like that. That's how things started going downhill from there and shit. Like, she's saying that to me like that. And she ended up going back with her ex-boyfriend. Went back to her ex-boyfriend and went up Punta and shit. Doing whatever the fuck, prostituting herself and shit. And I'm thinking the whole time, these people, the Philippine people, like, got good hearts and shit. You have, your spirits of truth there. Not many, but you have your spirits of truth there. I wish they'd have showed up sooner, but it could have been that they didn't know of me and shit or knew that I was there. But you have your spirits of truth, like Ivana Alawi. Like, if she was privy of me earlier or sooner, she would have, could have helped me and shit. But they did it spiritually. They did it metaphysically without meeting me physically, though, and just kind of talking about it later as when the time got right. That's why you see Ivana Alawi, like, coming out on the scene and shit. All this is about the guy that we took flight with, and that was me. I'm the guy that they took flight with. Now, whatever the case, that was said, man. And I was just pretty much on my own. Like, on some demon shit, them niggas ate me and shit, ate my body and shit, on some metaphysical shit. Ate my body. Now I'm a yellow gold body, and they ate my body, ate my organs and shit like that. Ate all my insides. And they still got it inside of them today. All of the Spanish speaking people, because Filipinos also speak Spanish, but they're the main ones that did that, ate me up and shit but it's shared amongst all of the same blood people, which is Spanish speaking people and shit. So they all are sharing demons and shit. They all are sharing my energy, and because it's pure life, it doesn't talk off. So it's still stuck in them and shit. So whereas though demons, they consume things and burn things like fire, paper in a fire, they couldn't consume me. So ever since 2015, all we get up until today, they've been able to they basically been keeping in step with me and shit, trying to figure out how to outstep me and make it look like, they ain't the ones that ate me and shit. And I always been thinking there has to be a penalty for all of this metaphysical shit too, like extreme metaphysical shit that's crazy, like getting shot in the chest by Optimus Prime. Like, what are the repercussions of that? Like, what kind of penalties is that? Like, you just can shoot a little boy, pow, in the chest on some, what the fuck? He was just looking at the stars saying, oh, that's some pretty, the sky looks pretty and shit. Got shot in the chest, shot his light out and shit. On some, he's purring. So what are the penalties for that? You got also, Optimus Prime and being eaten by demons and shit like that. That's crazy. That's where your body just a gold bone frame. Like, your body's just a gold frame of, you just look like a gold skeleton, celestial gold skeleton. But your organs and insides is in everybody else's body and shit that partook of the energy, and they can't hide it and shit. It's like still shines, and if you can see through them, you can see light shining in their bodies and shit, their demon bodies and shit, if you can see, and it don't go away. So it's like they still eating and shit, and this is like a surprising them that this guy's still eating. It's surprising to them that they're still eating this guy's energy source. Then you end up finding out who the guy is later on in life, years later and shit. You find out who the guy is. This is the guy. Dang, this is the guy from that long time ago that we ate and shit. Yeah, that's him and shit. That's how the Kardashians found who I was. Kylie found who I was. Like, they all ended up slowly finding who I was off of my energy source, and me being tethered to them. My physical life started gravitating towards them. But when you see the physical guy, he looks so different. He looks so typical and shit. You just don't believe he the guy. So it take a long time for people to come around and realize it. Like, nah, you just don't look like the guy and shit. Well, what do you want life to look like? Life is not chaotic. Everlasting life is not chaotic. It's not problematic. It's neutral. It's like air. Everybody breathes regardless how evil you fucking are or how good you are. Life still is air that gives you breath. So people should recognize that if the Most High Creator creates air and everybody breathes, it's something that you should look at. That, what is that saying about who the true Creator is and who is the Most High? Who's the Most High Father? The Most High Yah, above everyone else, because everybody breathes and He's the one that made breathing. Sorry I keep saying that, but anyway, off that. That's just some side stuff, some back road and stuff. Sorry, back roading you. But, yeah, so my wife said that. Try to get the pain off. So, she said that to me. We just in the bathroom one day randomly. She just said it to me. She picked up the bucket. You got the water bucket. You wash your butt and stuff. She just was like, that's what she said. My tie bigger than your tet. Like, what the fuck? Why you say that to me and shit? I knew exactly what she said, too. Like, the shit that come out my asshole is bigger than your dick. Like, what the fuck? Shot the shit out my ass. What the fuck is going on? I'm about to leave your ass. Then, when we ended up splitting apart, I was with Tanika. So that's the next skipping. I'm with Tanika Jackson. All right, we go to the court.